because another thing popped up. Nick Wright was talking about that they were saying that back in the '88 when Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year, they're patting his stats, and he went back and watched the film and saw they said one game the person put like 24 steals or something like that, and he only had like 10 or 11,
which is crazy.
And like and there was then someone put like an excerpt of what Scotty was saying. It was like after every game, like the statisticians would come into the locker room and show him the stats, be like, "Yo, we'll take care of you, Mike." Like, that's wild. And Scotty's like, "There's no way in the history that he had more steals than me when I was the one defending the best players, doing X, Y, and Z, making the plays." And then he said, something else. And then he said,
"That's not necessarily true."
And then he said, "Nah, Scotty was."
No, I'm saying like.
Scotty,
if he's playing the best player, he still can get more steals in the moment.
No, what he was saying was in his quote that he said too is like there would be times where he would steal the ball, like say he would pluck somebody, and then he would tap it to Mike, and they would give Mike the steal instead of him.
Oh, okay.
So he's like,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say the complete steal. Fuck that.
No, and the reason why they did it was because he was upset about I forgot the dude's name from the dude last year who won Defensive Player of the Year. I think his name was like Mike. No, it was like Mike something. So then he was like, nah, like I want Defensive Player of the Year. So ended up being the only year he won. What was it? Defensive Player of the Year, and what was it? 88. Yeah, but he won another thing that same year.
You said Jordan did?
Yeah, because that was the first. That was
he's probably like all NBA or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that was the first year he did it, and I'm like, bro, I believe it.
You believe there's patent stats back then?
100%.
I want to be. They probably patent stats now too for sure, but I don't know.
To amplify,
or the bookies just get it wrong.
You said what?
I said, the bookies just get it wrong. Like,
nah, not that far off, bro.
Shit, bro.
No. I'm saying like now. I'm saying as a what?
Like, what do you mean by the bookies?
Like the people that are actually
the statisticians. You mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
the people that are taking care of the stats.
Yeah.
They could, bro.
What do you mean get it wrong?
They could probably see something.
But they said they pulled up the film and lined up the stats with the actual game footage. It's like, yo, Bull didn't even come close to that. That's what they were saying. Like they pulled out the games and watched it.
28 from 10 or 24 from 10 is a big gap. I don't know how you can miss that at all.
Yeah,
from
nuts.
what? You said 24 from 10.
Like, it was like whatever. I forget the exact number was. It was like 24 from. It was like a gap, and they were like, "Yo, that's a big difference in terms of like when you come to steals. Like 1 or 2, it's like, all right, that makes sense. But if you're like 8 or 9,
fuck it.
You said what?
He just trying to hate.
But at the time, you gotta really think about it though. At that time, that's when David Stern or whatever, and then we're trying to turn the league into make it like a stars league in terms of like, because before then it was more like team oriented.
Yeah, everybody probably got a little boost.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but they were saying like the whole conversation was, and we can get into it like later in the pod, was about just like, does that take away from the Jordan aura or whatever it may be, because to realize like, yo, like maybe the stats don't really line up what he actually did.